Despite the fact that AI is taking over, you still need to know how to code to get a job as a developer. For now. Today, we're going to be strengthening our coding skills by building this weather app. If you're new here, hi, my name's Zoe. I'm a software engineer and former university professor who loves teaching folks how to code. If you're interested in learning how to code and becoming a front-end developer, check out that first link in the description below. But without further ado, let's hop into the video. So, this is the design that we're going to be working on today. As you can see, it's from Front End Mentor. If you want to check out their designs, I'll leave a link in the description below for that. But it's a pretty straightforward, just weather app. You can search for a location and then it will display the weather at that location. Pretty straightforward stuff. This is a level 3 project for them, so it is a bit more intermediate, involves some slightly more advanced styling, but I think the thing that really brings it up to an intermediate level is the fact that we're going to be using the Open Medio API. So if you head over to their documentation, it will show you, all the different features they have, the different API documentation they have. We're going to be working with the Weather Forecast API as well as the Geocoding API. Both of these APIs will, one, allow us to search for the actual location and return the latitude, longitude, elevation, etc., etc., and then also plug that into the actual Forecast API to get that up-to-date weather information. So let's go ahead and build this out. So I've started by creating just a basic Next.js app. I've gotten some of the images that Front End Mentor provides, and I've also downloaded their Figma files so you can kind of get a better sense of, just different radii and, shapes and things like that, and colors, etc. So hopping into the Next.js app, it's just up and spinning, nothing really fancy going on yet, but let's start by building this first navigation bar, the header, if you will, and the hero. So we'll work from our way from the top down. But the very, very first thing I like to do when I start a new project, I like to go ahead and just set up the colors that I'm going to be using in the project. I find that it just makes things a lot easier for me as I go down the road. So I'm going to make a styles folder. I'm going to make a new file. I'm going to say styles.ts. And I'm going to say export const colors equals. And I'm just going to go ahead and grab a bunch of these colors using the color picker. I just find it's quite quick to do it like this. And they'll say dark blue. And I'm just giving some names to these colors. That way when I have to go through and add in different details, it's much easier. I'm guessing this will be a background color, so we don't need that. We do want this sort of medium blue. Add that. I think this looks like it's just regular white, but we can always grab that. Oh, it's not. That's good. So let's grab, this will be our white. Oh, and then this like faded blue. And let's grab that. That's in faded. Okay, purple, blue. Okay, I think. Oh, and then. Okay, that's one more. Bright. I think that's everything. All right, cool. So that's looking good so far. And we can always come back and get more colors if need be. So as I said, let's build out this first header situation there. So I'm going to hop over to creating another folder called components. And this is just how I like to personally do it. You can build this app however you'd like. But in our page file here, I'm just going to go ahead and clear out pretty much everything that's in here. And just return a regular old Material UI box. Save that. And then, actually, I'm going to return a container because that's going to make it a little bit easier. Let's see. Max width, max width. There we go. Okay, cool. So we have our container, and then we'll need to change our CSS. We want our background to be that first blue that we grabbed. So let's grab this here, and we'll say our background will be, okay, just that one spot. There, there. Okay, cool. So we have our background set. Nice. Next thing we want to do is create this. It's not really a nav. It's more of like a logo and a units toggle, I suppose. But we can call it the nav for now in case we want to expand our application in the future. So I'll make a new file. We'll say nav. There we go. And then we will import it here. And then our nav will have our logo, and it will have our units toggle. We'll just add some styling. We'll say display flex. Justify content is going to be space between. Cool. Look, so far so good. I think I'm going to make that container a little bit bigger. Maybe try large. That looks better. And then where do I want to add the padding? I want to add, let's just say margin, top, bottom. We're going to go with 49, 65. Let's go 4M. 4M, top, bottom, 0 left and right. Cool, looking pretty good. Let's take a look at these images and see if we have, oh, perfect, we have a logo. So let's go ahead and drop that in here. We'll say image from next image, source should be slash images slash logo dot svg. Save that, and then it should just be, okay, alt is logo, and then it's going to ask us for a height and a width, but I'm not sure if it's, oh, it's the whole thing, perfect. So we'll just say whatever this 196 by 40. Height is 40, width is 196. All right, and let's dot images or slash public. Oh, my bad. I put logo slash SVG. Instead of logos.svg. All right, perfect. So we have our weather, and then we will have our units toggle. Let's see if they have a design for that. Components. Oh, this is quite complex. All right, I'm going to leave that alone for the moment. We'll come back and finish that up. So I don't think that is essential at the moment. Let's grab this header here. So we'll say, how is the sky looking today? So we're going to go back down here, and how do we want to handle that? Does it change? It does give us information at some point. So if this fails, so it does look like we do want that to be kind of in its own thing. But it doesn't really change frequently. All right, so I'll put it in as a header for now, just so like a regular typography element, but if we need to change it, we'll change it later. Typography, how's the looking today? Variant, let's do an H2, and this is, 52. And weight will be 800. Cool. And then we'll say text align, so we can do center. Awesome. And yeah, that looks good for now. All right, the next thing. Now this is kind of where the app starts to take place, where the logic really starts to live. So we have our search, and then we have our display of what's going on there. So I'm going to create another component, and I'm going to say search bar .tsx. Good. And then I'll bring it in here. Search bar. Cool. And this is we're gonna end up like hooking into this using probably Zustand or Redux or something, or passing our data around, because we need to basically, and maybe you could just use regular old state, but basically what we need to do with this search bar is we need to grab whatever the location is, so search for whatever that location is, and then grab the coordinate details to pass to the other endpoint of the API. So within this, we are going to create, I believe it's a form input text field. Yeah. So I think just a standard, is it outlined? Yeah, standard outline text field for the moment. Put that in there. And then there's a search button. And I think we want to do like a form control. Yeah, actually let me look for that before we get too far in this text field implementation. Okay, I could just change the box to be a form. That could work. Let's try the form control for this. Go ahead and add all those imports. And we're going to say, we're not going to have a label. We're going to say, well, let's see what it looks like actually. But I should add it to the page, search bar. Oh, there it is. It's just you can't read it. Okay, got you. Let's say I think actually maybe I could just we'll leave that alone. White. Border. Actually, there's no border. It's that, it's one of the many blues. Let's say background, color, colors dot faded blue. Okay, not bad. I don't actually need this helper text there. Let's say ID for this will be location search. Location search. Location search box. And then let's see how wide it is. 526 by 56. So let's see. Width. 526. Height. Good. Okay. And the border radius. 12. Okay. Okay, not bad. And then we want a search button. Do we have any other buttons? No. Okay, so just this one button. So I think I'm just gonna make it in here. But if it wasn't, then I would have probably like make a reusable component for that. So let's say button, button. Nope, button. Good. Okay, I'm gonna search. And then let's say height. Width is 114. Oops. Good. Let's say background color. We called it medium blue. And then we'll say our color, yeah, color needs to be white. White, and how big is that text? This one? No, 20, okay. We'll say text transform. Okay, cool, that looks pretty good. We'll just add a little bit more styling to this box. So we'll say display flex. What else? Interesting. Okay, there we go. We'll say component. Okay, not too bad. Actually, we want them to be pretty close to each other. We'll just give this one a margin right of 1 rem. Good. And margin top 4, margin bottom 3. Actually, I'm sorry. Okay, cool, looks pretty good. Oh, and then we need the border radius here as well. So that. And yeah, looking pretty decent so far. So we have our top bit, our search box. Let's actually try and hook this up and see if we can find a place. Now this is going to be the tricky bit. So what I want to happen is on change, I want to do something, right? On change, I want to basically call some sort of function that exists up here. So we need to have our find location call, and then we need to have our get weather call, right? So our find location call should be a fetch of some sort. So let's take away what we don't need here, clean this up a little bit. Let's do our onChange function. Oops, onChange, change. There we go. Because this is TypeScript, we need our props here, and it's going to be something to that effect. Probably change that a little bit. Props, and then we're going to say onChange, onChange, onChange. All right, good. So then here we need to pass an onChange, and it's going to be, let's say, const get location. Or do we just want to set, maybe we just set the variable. Yeah, maybe we just set the variable. So we'll say const location, const search bar value. I want to say set search bar value. Use state. Oops, use state. Pull from React, and that does mean we need to make this a client function. Alright, we're going to say set search bar value, and it's going to give us an error, and we're going to change the type. So now we've changed the type. We add back that, and then on change. Oh, it doesn't like that. Value and event. Oh, you know what I need to do? That's what it is. Sorry. On change. E dot target dot value. Cool. I think. Yes. Good. All right. Awesome. So we'll set the search bar value, and then we're gonna do a simple get location call. So let's take a look. Yes, it does not like that because I have not done anything with it. It was this one, the geocoding API. So what am I? Okay, so gotcha. So it should look like that. So basically, we're gonna pass in the name of the location, empty string, will return 2 characters, 3 or more characters will perform fuzzy matching. The search string can be a location name or a postal code. Oh, interesting. Okay. Count to 100 result, format, language, API key, country code. Okay, cool. So I'm going to grab this as an example. Let me just see if there's anything else. Okay, and this is the format. So it'll list each name, etc., etc. Cool. I think we're actually going to have to onChange set that. What happened? They're gonna have to click, right? What is the design call for? When I search for a place. All right, I click on it. Okay, so we're gonna need to add that. Okay, so. Let's create a use effect. I'm going to say when search bar value changes, we want to fetch here, but we want, where is it? Right here, the name should be our search bar value. And then once we get that value, we want to display a list of names, like the result essentially. But let's just, for now, we'll just go console, then data. Let's just console.log the data to see if we're getting what we expect. So if I search here, in theory, if I've done this correctly, and I might not have done this correctly, when I search for Berlin, we get a course response. There's URL. Count 100. Oh, then we should response data.json. Let's try Berlin. Data. And data to data.json. And then response console.log response. Let's try that. Told you I might not have done this right. Match the client. Okay. There we go. All right, just need to fetch properly. All right, so we have Berlin, country code, latitude and longitude. So I'm pretty sure the only thing I need for the other API is the latitude and the longitude. Perhaps. Oh, and the hourly? Temperature 2M? What is that? Required? No. Okay, so the only thing that's required is the latitude or longitude. Gotcha. I don't need hourly data. Well, maybe we could do hourly, but yeah, let's go. Let's just grab latitude and longitude. So to do that now, we want, let's see. We have our input control there. But then when we search, we want our options to pop up. So it's like a select, but it's like we don't know what the options are going to be yet. I wonder if they have a component for this. Let's see. Let's see if there was like a search. Search select. Autocomplete. Not quite. The value must be chosen. Okay, kind of. Predefined set of allowed values. Kind of, yeah. But not quite. Like if I went, okay, the god. It's kind of this, but kind of not quite. free solo, search input, creatable, search as I type, Google Maps. This is kind of what I want to do, just not with the Google Maps API. Oof, that's a lot. Okay. Popover. Maybe we can just make open popover. Search. Like, how do they want it to behave? When I hit search, like as I type, something comes up, or do I have to hit search for something to come up? Okay. Let's go with the first option for now. So let's go with the first option for now. So let's say const selected country. We'll say set selected country. Let's use state, and it doesn't have to be country, set selected location, sorry. Because Berlin is not a country. And then that's what we're going to do here. We're going to say set selected location. So that's what we're going to do there. And it's going to be the first option in our response, which, yes. Oh, no, sorry. It is results. Response.results. And the first option there. And that should be our selected location. So this is find location, and then now we need to get weather. So then to get the weather now, we need to put in a call to this endpoint with the params. Where did I spin it up? Yes. Yeah, basically something like that without the hourly question. So let's throw this in here. So this is what it wants us to do. So we'll say another use effect. We're going to say fetch this. Really, we could even just pull out the latitude and longitude. And we can say what is it? Selected location dot latitude, and we'll say selected location dot longitude. We'll save that, and it does not exist on type string. Is there a way for me to just grab this type? No. I mean, yes, but no. Oh, maybe we can use ChatGPT. Let's see, if I grab this and I open up ChatGPT, or even, can I do it within here? Let's see if I can do that. Codex. Let's see what codex says. Turn this into a Typescript type. See if it works. Oh, okay, nice. That's gonna save me some time, if it works. All right, let's make a new folder. We'll call it types. Next.js. Export. Oops. Export. Type location. Gonna say this is location. Oof, and then this is not assignable. Property latitude. Did it not? Oh, jeez. Does it not have the property? No, there it is. Property. Oh, if it's no. It's not no. But it does except it's not type location. Alright, everybody stop scrolling for now. We will type that later. Latitude, longitude. I really just want to see if this works before I get too deep in the weeds. Then data, and we'll actually do a proper fetch. And then response. Now we want to, what do we want to do? Const weather, set weather. Set weather to be weather. Brilliant. Object. Oops. Alright. And in theory that should all work as long as I don't produce an infinite call. Alright, so selected location, set weather to be the response, not weather itself. And then let's try console logging the selected location. And let's try console logging the weather. Let's do then, actually no, let's do weather. Or maybe I should console log it inside. Anyway, let's see what it gets back. Let's go ahead and refresh. So right now selected location is nothing, weather is nothing. And let's say Hawaii. Okay. Doesn't like any of that. Let me take away the console logs. Or maybe I should put the fetch. In the same thing. That might make more sense. Let's see what Codex has to say about that. Probably missing something in the API. Maybe we have to use this. Okay, basically, if it's not working, don't try and do it, which makes sense. Let's do set weather, and I want to also want to console.log the response, just to see if it's working. See that? Oh, it is even more upset now. Oh, it did say kill it and run it again. Okay. Let's say Berlin, because we know that works. Interesting. So I'm just getting that. I don't want an hourly response. So maybe I have to add the daily option. Because when I searched it with the hourly, it gave me that. So if I go and daily equals yes. No, and daily. And hourly equals temperature 2M. Oh, wrong one, this one. And hourly and daily. Hourly parameter definition. Oh my goodness, 15-minute parameter definition. Max, min. My goodness, this is quite a lot. And daily, let's say max. Okay, so that would be the max temperature. What if I did temperature min, temperature max? Oops. Okay, so I can get min and max. That works. I think that's what we'd like to do. We'd like to have, let me check the design. Yeah, we'd like to have the min and max. We'd also, I guess we also want the type of weather. Let's see. Precipitation. What is this? Sun. Sunrise, sunshine. Rain, sun. So if it's not raining, does it mean it's going to be sunny? I feel like there's a lot of sort of guessing in here. Like shower, like what's the showers versus rain? Showers. Alright, so there's rain but no showers. There, you can close this. Let's say snowfall. Snowfall. No snowfall. Most severe weather condition on any given day. That's interesting. What's that? Weather code 134. What does that even mean? WMO code. Is there anywhere on here? Table below for details. What, yeah, where's the table below for details? Ah, okay. So really, I just want the WMO code, and I want to connect that to. Gotcha. I was like, why do they do that? Yeah, okay. Just connect that to the answer, and we don't care about sunrise or sunset. Oh no, we do care about feels like. Okay, how do we get apparent temperature? I guess that might be the feels like, the apparent temperature. Average apparent temperature. And then we need the wind, the precipitation, and the humidity. So the total precipitation, or the chance of precipitation. This is the chance of precipitation. No, total precipitation. Total precipitation. We need the wind and we need the humidity. Wind gusts, wind speed. And we need the humidity. Where is the humidity? UV, water. That's humidity. Hourly. We want it in a daily. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so maybe we can't get it in the daily response. I can live with that. Alright, so let's copy this. So this is really the query we want to do, not whatever we were doing before. So it's going to be something like that. Whoops. And we're going to just drop this in here, and this in there. Now we'll get rid of this right. And let's try that. That should give us the data we're looking for. So if we refresh, cannot read, properties undefined, reading 0, use effect. Okay, let's do this. If search bar value does not, or equals that, then return. Good. Okay, let's restart. Good. Refresh. Cool. All right. Berlin. Berlin does not like that. We really don't like that. Why do we really not like that? Oh, it says forbidden. Why is it forbidden? Alright, let's see what this says. Let's see what Codex has to say about that. I will say, having the AI right in the IDE does make it a little bit easier, a little bit faster. Literally contain instead of longitude. API. Reload the page. Oh. Just me not being. Okay. Just catching my silly mistakes. Alright, let's say Berlin. Alright. We're looking good there. We are getting what we are looking for. We have our daily units, WO codes, time, temperatures. Amazing. We have all the data. All right, so that data is going to be our weather. So we're good in that sense. So we have the weather. Weather's working. The next thing we need to do now, get rid of this, is display it, so people can actually use it. So let's take a look at our design here. Oh, it does ask for an hourly forecast. All right, so then we need to get the hourly forecast too. All right, let's try and do the daily forecast first, and like the location and things like that. So let's do, what am I gonna call this? All right, let's do weather info. I'm gonna call it weather summary. It's kind of like all the information. And let's do weather. So all the weather data is gonna go into this container and then deal with it down there. So we'll say weather. There we go. We'll say weather. And weather is going to accept weather. We're going to any type it for now, and we'll come back and fix that. And so weather will take weather, and then one of the first things in weather will be weather summary. And it's not a component yet, so that's why it's upset. Cool. Now we have weather summary. Awesome. Which will also take. Really, what do we need from weather, right? So weather is going to be, let's do Berlin again. Oh shoot, it's not actually going to give me that. Okay. Let me console.log weather. Right? So let's say Berlin. Okay. What does it give me? Okay, it actually doesn't give me the information about the place, which is kind of important. So let's do selected location and weather. And really, if I have to pass the selected location anyway, then maybe I should do that whole thing in weather, right? Let's go selected location. Oops, selected location. Yeah, rather than doing this on the page, let's do this in our weather app. Weather. Why is this? Get rid of this. And then we'll use state. Awesome. Cool. So now we have the weather. Berlin. Awesome. Cool. So we're getting the weather, and we will have our selected location. So let's get selected location, weather. So we want to display the name of the place. So Berlin let's do name, comma, country. So weather summary, right? We're gonna pass in selected location. And the weather, I don't need the whole data, right? Like I can just pull out what I want from it. Like, what do I really need? All right, let's pass the whole thing for now. But I think in cleanup, I would like to clean up which items are being used. Let's do interface props. Oops, let's do weather, selected location, weather, we'll say selected location, we'll say weather, we'll say props. Cool. And then in our box, we are going to create a typography element, which will be our H3. And in this H3, we shall display the selected location.name, and we shall display the selected location.country. We'll save that. And then we need the dates. What is it? Date.now. What's the date API? So date. Whoops. Date.now. But it's not like that. It's like date.now. There's probably a way to convert. Into day, the day of the week, day, and year. Codex is like really basic stuff, really basic stuff, but formatted date. Okay, if that works. Cool, let's see, awesome-ish. Weekday, day, weekday long. Right. Og. Okay. Nice. Much easier. Every once in a while, it's really useful. All right, so let's see if we have this in our public folder. Background today large. Yeah, let's do that. So that's going to be the background for this entire component here. So let's say the weather summary. We'll say background image is, what is it? Slash images slash bg today large dot svg. And do I need to wrap in like a URL situation? I think I do. Yep. Say background repeat. No repeats. Good. And then we need, what is it, 800 by 286. We'll say height. I would prefer to do like percentage-wise. So let's say height. Let's say 20 view height, and let's say width. Let's say that's pretty wide. Let's say 50 view width. Let's say that. Maybe a little bit bigger than 20. Let's say 25. Okay, not bad. And then we'll say border radius, radii, should be 20. 1.25 rem. Good. Oh, does it have that little weird box? Okay, weird. Anyhow, go along with that for now. But height 100%, what happens? Okay, there. What else? Let's, oh, we need to fix it, the font. Alright, so this is 28. And then we're gonna say this is display flex. Good. And then we need these two to be in a box because the other two are gonna have to be in a box. And we'll say justify content, not justify content, we'll say align items. Center. Good. And then we'll say padding will be 1.5 rem. Save that. Awesome. And then we'll say that actually that worked out already. So that looks good. Berlin, comma, Germany. And then we need this situation here. Now the emoji bit, that's going to involve like a lot of mapping. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's try and get the temperature for the day. So we're going to say typography, and this is going to be 96. And then we're going to say weight. And that's gonna be the daily temperature, I suppose. The weather dot something. Let's console out the weather again. Okay, so daily dot apparent temperature mean. So it's going to be weather dot daily dot apparent temperature mean 0 to fixed. Cool. Then add a degrees symbol at the end of line 39 in weather Degrees, and then, oh, we need the units. So that'll be here. So we'll say, cool, awesome. Then we'll say units is going to be the weather dot daily units dot daily units, okay, dot apparent temperature mean. Good, and that's going to give us, oh, it gave us the degrees, dang it. All right, so we'll leave that there. Degrees Celsius. Perfect. Just give it a little bit of space between these two boxes. Let's say justify content, space between. Cool, that looks pretty good. Awesome, I'm pretty happy with that. So let's move on to the next. Oh, it's too wide. That's the problem. Oh, let's go 40 feet. Or let's just do width. Or just do width 100%. Or let's do, undefined reading results dot 0. How fun. All right, let's let Codex give us some help here. Okay, let's try that. Awesome. All right, let's fix the width of this here. Say width, we'll say 20 view width. Say 30 view width. Oopsies. Cool, that looks pretty decent. Maybe even 40 view. Nice. Okay, so that'll give us room for our. As far as I know, the emoji isn't present in the data, so I think we'll have to. That's like a build the right emoji kind of situation. Oh, maybe we'll use Codex for that, or a Claude. We'll see. All right. Let's go back here. So we have this working. Now we just want to basically communicate the rest of the application. So we need to showcase our hourly forecast and our daily forecast. Let's start with the daily forecast, since we have that information already. Define, let's say daily forecast. Okay. Fair enough. Pass the weather. Do I need? No, I don't think I need. Oh, and I should have just saved that degree symbol. That's fine. All right. Paste prompts. Weather. Any prompts. Oops. Weather. Prompts. All right. And then for each of these, we just want a box. All right, so we'll start with this. So daily forecast, 20 box. And then below this, we want a box of new file, let's say, day, weather, daily, single day. Good. And then we need to take the days, I'll say weather dot something, weather dot something, weather dot daily dot time, weather dot daily dot time dot map, weather dot daily dot time dot map over each day. Oops, day. And we want to go ahead and return a single day. Day is a string. And then we're going to pass in the day. Day equals day. Oops. Now this seems like it won't work. Like we get the min and the max. The index. Day. We actually want the index for the first time. Not the first time, but we want the index. And then we also need the weather. Yeah, we need, ooh, do we need the weather? Or do we even need the index? Do I just, no. Okay, we need the min and the max. Yeah, no, it's more straightforward if we pass the weather. And then what we'll do here is we'll display. We need to format the day. So we're going to call this const formatted day equals day. We're going to fix that. Day. this called? Font size 1.25 round. And then we'll have the emoji. And then we have the high and then the low. Interesting. So then we'll say typography. It's going to be weather dot. Oh yeah, this is where we have to find weather dot daily dot daily. Oops, daily dot temperature to a max bracket index. Right? And then we do the same thing, but with the min. Let me put that in a box, because those are going to live on the same line. Good. All right, awesome. And then what do these look like? All right, so they're gonna be 100 wide, is that right? 100 wide, 165 high. So width, and I do prefer to do this. Let's do 5 the width, height is 10. Just so it's a little bit more dynamic. Okay, and then the background color. Which one is this one? What are the colors? There should be a little. Oh no, they don't have it on this one. They do have a prototype. Oh no, they don't. Okay. Design system. There we go. This is what I needed. All right. So we wanted. Oh shoot, which one? It was like the neutral. Neutral 700. All right. I think we gotta just keep moving forward with this. Let's say background color. Oops. Go colors. Dot. Faded blue. Man, that looks about right. And then we'll say. Like this padding all the way around. 1 rem of padding. And then it has a border radius, corner radius of 12. Okay. Awesome. I think it needs to be a little bit taller and wider. 10 and 15. Okay, looking better. Maybe not so wide, maybe 8. And then we're going to say justify content, space between for now, because we don't have the emojis. And then go back here. It's going to be a number. We're going to say display flex, and that's going to put them across. Awesome. And then we'll say justify content, we'll say space. Evenly. Let's go space between. Better, I like that. And then we're going to say whatever width that is, 40 width. Okay, so maybe they are a bit too wide. Okay, cool. So let's fix the day here. So for a single day, I want this here. format this line so I only get an abbreviation of the name of the day. Okay, not bad. Awesome, yeah, that's exactly what we want. Perfect. I will say text align center. So you can use these AI coding agents just to speed up things. Also here we don't have what is it, to math ceiling. Let's go math dot round. Oops, round. We want a round, whatever. Yeah. So let's see, this should round up, up, down, up, down, up, 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 down. Round. Yep, okay, good. And now we need the degree symbol. What was it? There it is. Good. All right. Degrees, amazing. Okay. All right. Actually, I don't know the word. I'm just guessing. Three round. All right. Daily forecast. Margin bottom. Oh, my bad. Wrong one. Okay. Good. All right. I think I kind of want to ask Claude to do this next piece. Let's see if we can access. Ah, there's Claude right there. Okay. Let's say create a utils function that takes the WMO code from the weather API response and translates it to an emoji that corresponds to the weather. E.g. a cloud with rain with a few drops if it's lightly raining, or the sun if it's sunny and clear. that. Yeah, I do prefer to use Claude for these kind of things. Just because it does generally do a better version of more complicated and more like visually important things like this. It does usually do a better job. Codex is good with just like really simple prompts. That's why I've been using it just really quickly. But yeah, this is usually, Claude is usually much better for just like if you really wanted to just spin up something that just works. Okay, so it's created to map WML weather codes to appropriate emoji, clear sky, flow, now, okay, import weather code. All right, let's try this. I don't need it to integrate, I can integrate it. All right, let's take the emoji. All right, so we have the, oh, sorry, it's not supposed to go this thing. It's supposed to go here. There we go. All right, and then we'll say that, and then it should go here. Well, here, and then we'll display the emoji here. Should be something like that. Let's see. Whether the data there or not. Why? Hold on, let me refresh. Okay, so now it's unhappy. Here. Where is this? Is this in daily forecast? Okay. Again, simple bug fixes. Let's see if Codex can fix. Weather.daily.time.map. Okay, cool. Weather.current.weather code. Yes, the weather.daily.weather_code. So it's going to be weather.daily.weather_code. Cool. Okay, let's try this again. Berlin. Okay, we have a question mark. Well, we have an emoji. It's just not what we want to see. All right, so 1, 3, 4, 5. Why is it upset? The unmapped codes. Partly cloudy. Let's take a look at this utils function. It's a nice idea in theory, but if it doesn't work, okay. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Code should be a number. Wait, oh, maybe it's not showing up as a number. Looks like a number, but let's double check. It's a number. I need to not submit when I click. I don't know. Weather.daily.weathercode. Oh, I am silly. I am so silly. Because it's giving it an array, of course. Dot index. All right, Berlin. There we go. There we go. It's gonna snow. Jeez. There we go. Oh no, it's clouds. It's clouds. 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 I thought it was gonna snow. All right, that's much better. I don't even think we need to do this number casting. I think that was just a mistake. London. Awesome. Perfect. Working as expected. So that's great. That's working. And then now, thank you, Claude, we can use that in our summary. Weather summary. We're gonna go to our parent temp. Yes. Is it weather summary? Yeah, weather summary should be the name, location, and then yeah. So the emoji, which is gonna be the same as the single day. Then we're gonna put the emoji right here. Oh wait, no, sorry, not right there. We are putting the emoji right here. I think. Let's go Berlin. Daily units weather code. Okay, good. So it's showing up. We just need to make it a little bit bigger. Let's go with 120. Perfect. And then I want these two to be together. Yes. What that means, I need to do one of these. And then we can actually just do blocks. So flex. And then we'll say margin right will be, let's say 1 rem. And I don't think it should actually be 120. I think it probably needs to be much smaller than that. Let's do 2 rem. Oops. Maybe even 3 rem. And I also just noticed something. Italicized. I'm not sure why, but it's italicized. Good. I think that looks pretty decent. I don't actually like the italicization, so I'm just going to take that off. But yeah, I think that's pretty decent. Daily forecast, Berlin, Germany. Awesome. All right, couple more things we need to put into place. We have our feels like, humidity. Well, actually, we need to grab the hourly as well, so maybe we should just go ahead and do that. Let's take a look at our API again. Say hourly. So let's go to weather, and then we'll go and hourly equals temperature underscore 2M, right? Yep. And we'll say relative humidity underscore 2M. What else do we need? I think that's, oh wait, we need weather code. Weather code. I think that should be it. Yeah. Okay. So then if I go new file, let's say hourly forecast. Good. So we have our weather summary, we have our daily forecast, now we need our hourly forecast. This is going to end up being a box. Let's do it as a column. So we'll do box. Oops. So that doesn't need to be a box. We do need a box around these. And then we need hourly forecast to be here. Good. And then we're going to pass the weather. And then gonna make a box with colors, colors dot faded blue. Do a typography element here. We'll say hourly forecast. Oops, cast. And then we're gonna say good. And then now we need single hour. And then we're gonna say weather dot hourly dot time dot map. I think. Actually, let me check before I break it. Let's look at okay. Daily weather dot hourly dot time. Oof, there's so many. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, because it's every day. Jeez. All right. Okay. So let's go. Let's go weather dot hourly dot time dot map. For each hour, we're gonna go ahead and return a single hour. We're gonna say hour. What's hour? What did I have to do for daily? I had to pass the weather as well. Key day. Okay, maybe I should do it like that. Horizontal map. Hour. There's a select. All right, let's see. I want to give Claude another chance. Let's see if Claude can help us out here. Build an hourly for, using the hourly forecast file. Add a select option next to the hourly forecast typography element that allows the user to switch between the available days. These days should be simplified from date format to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, et such. This is each hour should return a single hour component. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Each hour for the next 8 hours should return a single hour component. That's interesting, isn't it? I don't know. Next 8 hours should return a single hour component with the weather information provided to it. Here's an example of the data structure. The data structure, the data structure. All right, let's get some help from Claude. All right, that was pretty quick. quicker than me for sure. Temperatures, humidity, weather codes, available days, format day name, first available day, filter, run only, hours data, hours.map, single hour. Okay, yes, let's make those changes. We can work on this after, but yeah, that's a fine start. Oh, now it's just trying to fix everything. All right, let's take a look at how it's going so far. Okay, this is not bad. Friday, Saturday. Okay, awesome. This is not bad at all. Let's go ahead and... All right, so just tell me that's what it did. Cool. Let's go ahead and fix up this single hour component. So yeah, it took a lot of the work off our shoulders there, so that's really awesome. Saved us a good amount of time. So let's go here. Actually, we do have to create this into a box. Let's say justify content, space between. Okay, so the design. All right, so the border radius 20. Okay. Ran. There we go. Good. What else? White. Okay. Background color should be light faded blue. Okay. What else? These two. Display flex. Justify content. Space between. Good. And then, so now we have our time. Oh yeah, these need to be like little individual situations. All right, so let's say background color. color. It's going to be colors. Light faded blue. Good. We'll say I'll give it a border radius. Border radius. Okay. Margin. Good. And then say border. That'll just be the border all around. Cool, that looks pretty good actually. We have the time, which we need. We have the temperature, which we need, but on the other side. And then we need the emoji. Oopsies. I'm gonna go with the emoji from, we do need the weather code to get the emoji. Daily forecast, single day, emoji, single hour, weather code emoji, import, and then we're gonna just take the weather code. And we're just gonna display the emoji here. Okay, let's try that. Berlin. Oops, Berlin. Oh no. Oh, okay. So we should have a default. Hours. Handle day change, set selected day. Alright, so we want to set selected day. Selected day, available days. 0. Available days. Use memo. Day set, hours. Okay, that seems to be working pretty well. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and stop this here. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more content like this, feel free to subscribe down below. And if you want to see how I leveled up my coding skills in just 30 days, click here and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.